the fact that our understanding of luxury fashion and the luxury industry is really changing, and how, status symbols are changing. I think it's quite normal, and historically it's always been this way, where the people that are part of the upper society, the upper class, they always have certain signifiers of wealth, and then when they are adopted by other people, they have to shift and find other signifiers. So these things always move, like luxury trends always shift, and they always move with time. So we are now seeing more and more, especially with the luxury slowdown in terms of fashion, we are seeing more and more these luxury conglomerates investing in hotels, investing in experiences, investing in sports. We're seeing them investing in cafes. I mean, something that really comes to mind that has been all the rage recently is this, right? The Prada Cafe in Harrods that everyone was going to. And it's really, really about experiences. Like, people are more than happy to spend on overpriced Prada coffee because, you know what? It's Prada. And my teacup is Prada. And my bag is Prada. And my cake says Prada on it. And my coffee, it says Prada on it, And people are like super, super obsessed. Let's
come with me to try the Prada Cafe in London. It's inside the Harrods department store, and there's indoor and outdoor seating, and I highly recommend making reservations. I was actually surprised by the prices. They were not that bad. For the cappuccino, it was $6.50. I thought they would be way more, and these desserts were £15 each. Come with me to try the Prada Cafe in
£15
London.
each is crazy, by the way. But yeah, so experiences seems to be all the rage. And I saw an article via BOF. I won't read it, but you can read it if you want to. It's a really good article. But it basically talks about how hotels have started partnering with a lot of fashion brands. And a lot of these fashion brands are making sort of luxury merch for a lot of these hotels in many different ways. So obviously just like merch for people to wear, for people to buy, but then also, and it's kind of like you're buying into a lifestyle when you buy it, but then also aside from that, some of these brands are also working on making sportswear, because when you go to these really luxury hotels, you play sports like tennis. So now why don't we work with a luxury brand and then make a tennis uniform specifically for guests of this hotel to buy? So the people that are frequent guests of this hotel can always wear their, ultra expensive tennis wear in collaboration with a luxury brand, right? So this is now where fashion is moving. This is where a lot of people are spending their money. Wait, people were stealing Prada branded cutlery. Oh my gosh, that's insane. It's never that it's never that serious. Hotels are visual artists' secrets, not so secret cash cows. Yeah, facts. That's very, very true. So that's where things are going. People are going to start charging you $50 for coffee. They're going to charge you, crazy amounts of money for a croissant. They're going to charge you insane prices for a cheese melt. And that's just where things are going. But let's read through this article and to summarize, I'll summarize before it gets to the part that I really want to read. But they kind of set the scene in this article talking about the Walmart Birkin recently and how it almost was like people felt like it was inclusive. I obviously gave my thoughts on how I felt about it, because a bag that retails for tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes more, people could access the dupe for $100. And so it really diminished, well, I don't think it diminished, but that was how people saw it, kind of the exclusivity of owning a bag and what it signifies, right? And so due to things like this and these things being too accessible, a lot of people are reaching for new status symbols for the 1%. So they talked about the likes of privacy and unplugging, the fact that, in an economic downturn where people are struggling, actually what is a big luxury right now is having leisure time and being able to do leisure activities, because everyone is just, drowning in work and workload, right? So kind of that's where things are moving, and these luxury conglomerates are trying to put themselves in the perfect position to capitalize on that. I just cannot fathom wanting to stay at the motherfucking Louis Vuitton hotel, goddamn LV monogram all over the place. Just feels so bourgeois and cringe. Is this shit really for the rich? Apparently it is. I find those things so tacky. I was watching a video yesterday about planes, like military planes and the history of military planes. And then I went on this really strange rabbit hole of just different kinds of airplanes and how they're designed. And then eventually I got into this rabbit hole of private jets and different types. And there was this really expensive private jet, and it was marketed and branded as like, let me see if I can find it. If I Google it, hopefully it comes up. It was like a Fendi, it was in collaboration with Fendi, right? And there was this private jet, and it just had Fendi logos all over it. And I was like, this is the worst interior I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, why would anyone want a private jet interior to just have Fendi logos all over it? I was like, why would you want that? I just don't understand that. And the person was really boasting that, yeah, this is the only Fendi private jet. Everything is custom made by one of the best brands in the world, Fendi. And I was just so confused. Like, damn, there really is a market for all this like really tacky stuff. The 24 karat gold chicken wings is an actual thing. Yeah, there's gold everything these days. I've seen a gold steak before. I already get motion sickness in planes. The all over monogram would send me over the edge. That's so funny. But yes, I've never honestly understood the obsession with brands. I don't get it. I don't really understand it. But yeah, so anyway, moving forward, they talk about, one of the biggest reasons why the ultra rich is resisting bougie status symbols is because high-end brands are falling short on their promises, which has one-time customers turning to new physical indicators. So obviously that's very true because the luxury industry, the quality has gone down, the prices go up. A lot of dupes are being made, so lots of people are just like tired of the whole thing for many different reasons, right? And even the fact that dupes have become like a really, really big market. So that is really how luxury is changing, and that's why going back to Kering, you see that Kering is focusing more on experiences and things that don't involve clothing. That's why Kering Beauty is so important to their strategy moving forward, right? Because they need to actually work on making money in the experience space. Yeah, we're in an experience world, guys, where people want to have their branded hotel merch and people want to have, a Casablanca tennis outfit when they go to a hotel in Casablanca. This is kind of what luxury is moving to, and I think this is definitely the future of luxury. And we've even seen like so many stats where people are spending less on things and more on experiences, right? And obviously these luxury conglomerates, they're not stupid. They can see how a lot of these things are going, right? Watch brands are doing exclusive travel experiences if you buy certain watches. I don't think that's anything new though. Hasn't that always been a thing? It's the same thing with cars, where with cars, if you buy certain cars, you can go to like all the events all over the world for these car companies, and it's kind of more like a networking thing because you meet other people that own these really expensive cars at these events, and you just talk about, yeah, I've got the new Ferrari Roma Spider, and it's like, oh, I've got an 812 super fast. It goes 0 to 60 in way too fast, and yeah, it's great. How much? What mods have you done to your 812 super fast? Great. I have a new exhaust. I installed this new exhaust. Now it spits flames. That's how I imagine those events go. They probably don't go that way. This is also a thing too. The F1 experience. That's definitely a thing. That's 100% definitely a thing. Yeah, black tires, nice. I've got the chrome classics on my Ferrari 8. Oh gosh, man, that's funny. I've got the chrome spokes. That's how these guys talk. I have the chrome spokes on my Ferrari. I have, the hard top convertible. It's called a Ferrari Portofino. The M, it stands for modificata. So it's an updated version of the Ferrari Portofino. Just in case you want to, it's really good. I think it's very tacky these days to have black spokes. I have chrome spokes. It's more classic. You know what I mean? I don't know why in my head that's how like people in these events talk. I don't know why I have that in my head. They probably don't talk that way. Goodwood on a bad hair day. Oh gosh. Don't get me wrong. I love cars. I just don't like some of the communities around cars because so many people are so pretentious when it comes to cars. They're not driving the car because they like the car. They're driving the car because they're like, yeah, I drive a Ferrari. Look at me. All of you are peasants. I have a LaFerrari. Yes, I just have 2 LaFerraris. I'm about to buy my 3rd. Have you ever driven an F50 before? Well, I have 2. Have you ever driven an 812 Superfast? It's absolutely lovely experience. I don't like it at all. Fashion is supposed to be art, not elitists that want to show off their wealth. Oh yeah, I'm totally with you. But I think once again, fashion is in cycles the same way trends are in cycles. So meaning, I think luxury fashion as we see it is not dead, but we need to change what brands we think of as luxury. If we think of the brands under these conglomerates that just care about, selling the most and nothing else, those to me aren't the luxury brands anymore. The luxury brands are the smaller brands creeping up, and the brands that are doing really cool stuff. They're working hard in their ateliers. They're making really good handmade pieces. The artisans that you see in Japan, the shoemakers in Japan, that to me is luxury, not buying some terrible footwear from some fashion brand with just everything being glued together. Like that to me is not really luxury. Just because it's expensive to me doesn't make it luxury. I think rich people have always been tied to fashion. It's just that brands aren't delivering on their promises anymore. Yeah, facts. True, true, true. What better experience can there be than throwing your money out the window, as Karl Lagerfeld used to say? That is kind of true, though. Karl Lagerfeld has all those like crazy quotes. He always has all those like really, really strange and interesting quotes. There's too much money on luxury houses for them to be fully creative. Oh yeah, 100%, which is why if you want creativity and art in fashion, you can't really look at these brands that, have to keep growing past the billions that they're already. So yeah, that's just how it is. Just how it goes. Just how it goes, guys. But yeah, I just feel like car people are so pretentious. Like those events, it's like, oh, you have a Porsche 911. What model? Oh, great. I have a Porsche 911 GT3. There's not many in the world, especially my hand side of the drive. It's very rare. I had to be a Porsche customer for many years to achieve this car.